What's going on, everybody? It's JRPG enthusiast here, Shadow Elite. This is the JRPG lineup of 2017. This is a list of JRPGs that are coming out in 2017 or have a really good chance of coming out in 2017. So, no games like Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Dragon Quest XI, games like that. I know better. They're not coming out in 2017. If they do, that's great, but I highly doubt they will come out in 2017. So I will name the game, talk about it for a little bit, talk about my experience with the game, and move on to the next one. I might have some more things to say about a JRPG than some others, and I have some heavy opinions on some games. So you can disagree or agree with me about that in the comment section. Also, look at the date of which this video was uploaded. So if a game is announced after that date, I cannot already include that game onto the list because it was announced after this video was uploaded. Or I just may have outright missed a game or two. You can let me know all about that. I'm sure you won't let me live it down. So with all that out of the way, let's begin the JRPG lineup of 2017. Enjoy. No Kuni 2. No Kuni 2 is a game I'm heavily anticipating in 2017. Now, I did play the first No Kuni, however, I never finished it, and that was because I didn't like what I was playing. I did not care for it. It was not a bad game by any means. It just wasn't my cup of tea. This one, with the trailer shown and the gameplay footage and the story and characters, this one looks really good, and I cannot wait to play this one. Of course, the graphics and the design choice that goes with the No Kuni games have always been a great choice, and coming from a renowned anime studio, of course it looks amazing. And I think this is a style that needs to come back to certain other series, but I won't touch on that. Nier Automata. Nier Automata looks like to be a great action RPG, and it's not a JRPG in my sense or what my channel is about, but it is, and I'll put it on this list. A sequel to the first Nier that was released on the PS3. I didn't get to play that one because it didn't look like a game I could play, but a lot of people were telling me to play it, so I got it eventually. It took me a while, but I got it, and I played it a little bit, and it's okay. But this one looks to be a great game by the gameplay, by the characters, and by all just action happening on screen. Platinum Games looks to strike gold yet again. Platinum Games have a lot of good action games underneath their belt. Vanquish, Bayonetta 2, and Metal Gear Rising. Hopefully this one's a hit rather than a miss, because Platinum Games is known to miss sometimes when it comes to their action games. Valkyria Revolution. Valkyria Revolution is a follow-up game to the Valkyria Chronicles series, and it's set in an alternate timeline. Now, I love the Valkyria Chronicles series. The first Valkyria Chronicles on PS3 was one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. The second one kind of dropped the ball, and the third one was a gem. However, this new game, this follow-up game, Valkyria Revolution, has me a little bit worried. The combat system looks a tad bit messy, and it just doesn't look all that cohesive to me. But I could be wrong. I'll play the game myself. I look forward to it. I'll buy it day one, but I'm getting a slight Star Ocean 5 vibe from this game. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Fully called Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Geez, that's a mouthful to say. Anyway, this game comes with 2 games and a cinematic movie, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD, that was released on the 3DS, and the only thing I'm interested in, the new .2 chapter, Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. Now, I've been in the Kingdom Hearts series for a long time, since the first game came out way back in 2002 on the PS2, and it's taken Square Enix this long to count to 3. 2.8, really. Anyway, I'll get this one because the new chapter looks a little bit interesting because of Aqua's story, and I did thoroughly enjoy Birth by Sleep when it was first released on PSP. Hopefully this is the last Kingdom Hearts game and we will finally see Kingdom Hearts 3, but knowing Square Enix, we'll probably see 2.9 or something like that. But I think they said they're not going to do that, but who knows? This is Square Enix. I would not put it past them. There's also 1.5 and 2.5 being released on the PS4 as a single game, and if you haven't gotten to the Kingdom Hearts series, that's a great place to start. Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon. Knights of Azure 2 is a action RPG developed by Gus, the people who made the Atelier games, and the first one released on the PS4 was received okay. I didn't play it personally because, well, I honestly couldn't tell you. I just never got around to playing it, but this one, I might see that I buy it, but it doesn't really look all that, I don't know, interesting to me, even though it probably should if you know me well enough. But I don't know, I'll probably give it a shot. The action does look good in the gameplay, and the story sequences look a little bit, let's say, tasty, I guess. But for me personally, probably won't be trying this one out anytime soon. But it does look like a competent action RPG, and I can't see it being bad in any way, shape, or form. Nioh. Nioh is an action RPG that is similar to the Dark Souls series. So you can expect tight gameplay, good customization, and enemies that will destroy you if you mess up in any way. It's not the type of game that I would play personally, but looking at the gameplay, I might have to give this one a shot. I never played any of the Dark Souls series. I know I could, but I just don't want to. But maybe that can change with Nioh, and I might end up liking it and enjoying it. Who knows? Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky, the third. The third game in the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky series, so you can expect a great JRPG that has a turn-based battle system and a rich story. Unfortunately, if you have not already, you should really play the other Trails in the Sky games because the story is continuing off from them and you will really be lost if you don't. Personally, I have played the first Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky and it was a great JRPG. Probably if I did a revised top 10 JRPG video, it would definitely be in there. Unfortunately, I have not been able to play second chapter just yet, but I will one day, and I expect nothing but a compelling story with a great cast of characters and a good turn-based battle system. I expect the third game in the series to be just as good, if not better. If you are looking for a JRPG with a deep story, look no further than the Trails in the Sky series. Mary Skelter Nightmares. This game is a first-person dungeon crawling JRPG, and I like dungeon crawling JRPGs, and I might give this one a shot mostly because of the art style and the gameplay doesn't look half bad. Not really much to talk about on this one. I just look forward to Censored Gaming's video when they report that the purification scenes have been censored for the Western release. Come on, we all know it's gonna happen, it's inevitable. We should be, I guess, used to it at this point? It's terrible, but we gotta be used to it by now. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, an HD remaster of the original Final Fantasy XII that came out on the PS2. I am heavily looking forward to playing this one as I did enjoy Final Fantasy XII when it first came out. Actually, when Final Fantasy XII first came out, I wasn't all that into it, because it introduced a battle system that I wasn't familiar with, because with Final Fantasy at the time it was known for a turn-based JRPG, but with Final Fantasy XII it went a kind of MMO style with the battle system, and that kind of turned me off at first. After a year or two of its initial release, I went back to play it and I loved the hell out of it. So much so that I think that any game that has AI controlled companions should really have something similar to the Gambit system. In the Gambit system, basically you can customize the AI to act any way you want to. So if the HP got low, they'll use a potion. If somebody got poisoned, they'll make sure to use an antidote. And if the enemy HP got to a certain level, they'll use an overdrive or something of that line. And I am personally of the belief that Balthier should have been the main character instead of Vaughn. He's literally there just to be there. I don't know, I'm sure somebody's going to argue with me in the comment section about that. Ys VIII. This is the first game on this list that I'm not 100% sure if it's coming in 2017, but I put it on this list because it's a good chance that it might. Ys is a series of long-running action RPGs that have been released on various platforms, and they have a great soundtrack. If there's one thing about the Ys series that you need to know about, it's the amazing soundtrack. I played Ys VII and Ys Memories of Celceta, and I thoroughly enjoyed them both. I'm looking forward to playing this one if it does come out in 2017 for its great combat and amazing soundtrack. Also, Ys Origins is also coming out in 2017. That one is confirmed. Ys Origins is a PC game that was released in 2006 and is now being brought over to the PS4. It's a prequel to the Ys franchise as a whole. I might give it a shot when it comes out, but if Ys VIII does indeed come out in 2017, that one has priority for me over Origins. Tales of Berseria. Tales of Berseria is a game I'm looking forward to just to see if the Tales of creators have finally took a step forward for the Tales of formula. And to be honest, Tales of Styria for me wasn't all that great. It had some problems going out the gate, and let's just not dive into it. Tales of Berseria looks to have a first ever female main character in the Tales of series, and that is a good start. The thing I'm concerned about most with the Tales of series is the story and characters. They don't exactly innovate when it comes to that. And I know in the comments section I probably sparked a little fire there with that statement, but maybe Tales of Berseria will be different for me. Persona 5. Without a doubt, and I literally mean this, Persona 5 is my most anticipated game of all time. Probably going to end up purchasing it 3 times, once from Amazon, once from GameStop, and just once digitally. Yes, I am smitten for this game, and I've been waiting for it since its initial announcement in 2014. Geez, it's been delayed a few times to say the least. Now looking to have a solid release date, April 2017 can't come fast enough for me. Bringing with it an interesting twist on the traditional turn-based battle system with stylish presentation along with looks to be a compelling cast of characters, I just can't see Persona 5 doing any wrong. If there is one JRPG you play in 2017, let it be, without a shadow of a doubt, Persona 5. Okay, I know my hype levels for this game is probably at dangerously catastrophic, but I think on some level, you know it's warranted. Atelier Series. The Atelier series has been coming out every year for a while now, and it doesn't seem like they'll be stopping anytime soon. The Atelier games are known for their item crafting mechanic, and you have to create item A to create item B to create item C, and then create item A again because you need more of item A to make item M. You know, something like that. I've never actually been one to play the Atelier games. I'm not gonna lie to you, mostly because the graphics and the frame rate are rather, well, abysmal. Uh-oh, my graphics horror side is showing, so yeah, let me know all about that in the comment section. Anyway, besides its good item crafting mechanic, they actually are, from what I've played, pretty good turn-based JRPGs, with a light-hearted nature and unique character designs. I will give this one a shot since it's also coming out on the PC, so I know it'll be at 1080p and 60 frames per second. Yet again, my graphics horror side is showing, so yeah, go ahead and mouth off to me in the comment section. The Witch and 100 Knight 2. The first Witch and 100 Knight game had me very intrigued because it's a very good character design with Metallica. She seemed to be a foul-mouthed badass chick, but then the gameplay kind of turned me off because you weren't playing as that badass, you were playing as the 100 Knight. It's an action top-down JRPG, and it once again has you playing as the 100 Knight while you're surrounded by all the other characters with great character designs that you can't play as. I don't know guys, this is just personally me, maybe your opinion changes from mine, it's not a big deal. For me, it's not a game I would want to play. Digimon World Next Order. I'm not one to play Digimon, but seeing as I played Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and enjoyed it a lot, I am definitely going to be giving Next Order a shot. Not being turn-based like Cyber Sleuth was, Next Order seems to be an open-world role-playing game. The player travels the world with 2 Digimon, and battles take place with those Digimon that are controlled via AI and with the player issuing commands. Looks to be an entertaining Digimon game along with great character designs. Yet again, I can't see this game being bad at all. Summon Night 6. Surprisingly, this game is seeing a release outside Japan, which I really can't believe. I know Summon Night 5 had a release outside Japan well after its PSP debut in Japan, but it was such a closeted release in the West that I just didn't expect any other Summon Night game to come, but I will definitely be playing Summon Night 6 because I love me a good strategy role-playing game. Let's get this out the way right now. You do not need to play any of the other Summon Night games in order to understand what's going on in Summon Night 6. There are some character appearances from the other Summon Night games, but really that's about it. With a colorful cast of characters and again what seems to be a good strategy role-playing game, I can't see myself not playing Summon Night 6 in 2017. For Goddesses Online Cyber Dimension Neptune. Now this is yet again another JRPG on this list that I'm not 100% sure if it's coming out in 2017, but it's part of the Hyperdimension Neptunia series, so it's going to come out, I just don't know in 2017 or not. So the Hyperdimension Neptunia series has been running for a while now, and they're not stopping anytime soon. And this one looks to be okay, but I've had history with the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, and I know I don't want to buy this day one, but judging by the gameplay and the new character designs that they have for this, I'm probably going to end up buying it day one. Someone stop me. Someone please in the comments just tell me not to buy it day one. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy it day one. Hell, if you like the Hyperdimension Neptunia series, go ahead. I'm sure this is going to be a good entry. But for me personally, I know myself. I know better that this game shouldn't be bought for me day one. But still, the gameplay and graphics look to be pretty good. If this is your first romp into the Hyperdimension Neptune series, and if it does come out in 2017, give it a shot, why not? Toukiden 2. Toukiden 1 was a action role-playing game similar to the hunting style games like Monster Hunter, but I wasn't all that interested. The only hunting style game I'm interested in is God Eater and Freedom Wars. Toukiden 2 seems to be similar to 1 in almost every single way. Well, almost. Set in feudal Japan, you'll be going around slaying monsters, gathering materials, making new armor, and again going out to kill more monsters and gathering materials. There's a story mode with co-op gameplay, so you can invite a friend to help out with all the monster slaying. Actually, this one doesn't seem all that bad. I might actually have to play it when it comes out. Who knows? Dragon Quest VIII. Dragon Quest VIII is a port to the 3DS from the original PS2 game, and I played Dragon Quest VIII for the PS2, but I never actually finished it. I got to the end and I just stopped playing. I was dead set on not getting this one because it clearly looked inferior when it comes to the graphics. However, I remembered that Dragon Quest VIII was such a great and memorable game that I cannot possibly pass this chance up to play it again, and this time finish it. Though I do wish it was ported to the PS4 instead. I'm just saying. Dragon Quest Heroes 2. A sequel to the first Dragon Quest Heroes game that was released on PS4 and Steam. A Musou style or a Wario style game featuring characters from the Dragon Quest universe. So you'll be hacking and slashing your way through a whole bunch of enemies with of course a big bad monster that takes up most of the screen by the end of the stage. I played Dragon Quest Heroes 1 a little bit and enjoyed it plenty, and hopefully we'll get more of the same with some refinements to the system and a lot more Dragon Quest characters to play as or travel alongside with us. And while I'm on Dragon Quest at the moment, anyone actually think Dragon Quest X or Dragon Quest XI is going to see a release overseas in 2017? I'm actually a little bit curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Akiba's Beat. A sequel to Akiba's Trip, Undead and Undressed. This one looks to be actually playing like a JRPG, using an action-based battle system that looks to be similar to the Tales of battle system. I'm kinda looking forward to this one. I predict it to be deeply embedded in the otaku culture as Akiba's Trip was. It also doesn't hurt that the game looks to have a great character design along with a good soundtrack. I probably will be playing Akiba's Beat in 2017. So that is all the JRPGs I have for this lineup. I may have missed some, as I said before. Let me know all about that in the comments section. And seriously, fuck every other game on this list. Persona 5 is the only game you need to play in 2017. Okay, I'm just joking there, people. Or am I? Also, in before he doesn't like most games on this list, in before he mispronounced a game or two, in before he missed a game, in before Persona 5 isn't going to be all that great, in before he's a graphics whore, in before I can't understand what he's saying, in before just because he acknowledged all this stuff doesn't mean it's okay. And that's all for this video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.